everyone, it's another Financial Friday, and today I will discuss the 5 ways to simplify your finances. Let's start. Number 1. Focus on your net worth over credit score. Nowadays, so much emphasis is being given in building your credit score. For some people, it has been their main financial focus. Although there is a certain level of importance in having a good credit score, unfortunately, you can't build it without borrowing money, and most of the time it becomes a problem with people getting deeper into debt. Whether it's a student loan, car loan, credit card debt, or mortgage, building your credit score requires you to add complexity to your financial situation. Realize that every time you take on debt, you are reducing your cash flow and adding other payment to your financial life. And the more payments you add, the more complicated your financial situation becomes. If you want to improve your net worth, you need to either decrease your liabilities or increase your assets. In other words, you need to pay off debt or save and invest. It's as simple as that. Here's the best part. If you reduce your liabilities to zero, then this equation becomes much simpler. In fact, it doesn't even require subtraction. All you need to do is add up the value of all your assets and you have your net worth. I don't know about you, but addition is so much easier and fun than subtraction when it comes to financial math. If you want to simplify your life, one of the most important things you can do is focus on improving your net worth. This will force you to stop adding debt to your financial situation and instead save and invest your money for your future. Number 2, get out and stay out of debt. Okay, so I already touched on the topic of debt in the last section, but this is important enough to call out on its own. If you want to simplify your financial life, then you need to get out of debt. Debt means more payments and brings your net worth to a negative. The more payments you have to make, the more complicated your financial situation will be. For instance, when me and my husband decided to get out of debt, we were making payments to multiple lenders every single month. So, whenever we would get our paychecks, we have to immediately start subtracting our monthly payments from our income. Then, we had to go through the process of paying each lender and checking them off the list. It's a complicated and dreadful task, which made me feel like we are not making any progress in our life despite being surrounded by a nice home and good cars. In other words, our financial situation was way more complicated than it had to be. Fast forward to our debt-free lifestyle, and the only payments we have to make each month are housing costs. All the rest of the money goes towards living, giving, saving, and investing. It's almost too simple. If you have designs on simplifying your financial life, I highly encourage you not to get out of debt, but also to stay out of debt. It might be a difficult task, but it is so worth it in the end. Number 3, set up one spending account. Here's how it works. You only spend money from your checking account. No matter what you choose to spend your money on, you either pay cash or use your debit card. First of all, this rule makes budgeting about as simple as possible. It can't get as simple as logging into your account to track your spending. It saves you time and the headache that comes with multiple accounts. When you spend money with a debit card, the money comes right out of your account. You don't have to wait for the transaction to appear like you would with a credit card, which helps maintain absolute clarity in your financial life. And finally, when you only pay with your debit card or cash pulled from your checking account, you never have to deal with monthly payments, credit card balances, or interest. Credit cards can never be a tool to simplify your finances. The only thing they simplify is your ability to live beyond your means. Number 4, start a side hustle. Making a few hundred or even a few $1,000s extra each month would reduce the complexity and stress in your financial life. No matter what your financial goals are, from getting out of debt to investing for your future, if you add a little financial margin, everything becomes easier. That's why I'm convinced that one of the best ways to simplify your financial life is to just make a little extra money. And if that sounds good to you, then you should consider starting a side hustle. A side hustle can be anything from a second job you work at nights. I have this channel as a side hustle, while because we love driving around, my husband has considered food delivery as his side hustle too. There's a lot of online side hustle opportunities that are out there. Open your mind and all possibilities will present itself. Number 5. Prepare for emergencies. If you are prepared for financial emergencies, everything in life feels a little simpler. For instance, if your car breaks down tomorrow and requires $2,000 worth of repairs and you don't have that money saved up, you will have to either put the expenses on a credit card or scramble to find the money to pay for it. In other words, your life just got a little bit more complicated. Can you imagine how much different and less complicated that situation would be if you had money sitting in an emergency fund? You could pay for the repairs without a second thought. At worst, it would be a minor inconvenience. Therefore, one of the best things you can do to simplify your financial life is save an emergency fund big enough to cover 6 months of your living expenses. We're still working on this, but we already have saved up enough to last us through at least 3 months should we get sick and unable to work. It might not be the most fun thing to do, but it will make your life a whole lot simpler if you ever run into a financial emergency. So those are just a few tips to simplify your finances. For sure, there are still more out there, but these are just the ones I have found helpful based on my personal experience. So how do you simplify your life? Share in the comment section and let's learn from each other. Thank you so much once again, everyone, and I will see you again on Monday for our Minimalist Monday episode. If you like these kinds of contents, please consider subscribing. It will help me a lot if you also like and share my videos. Thank you so much and have a great weekend, everyone. Bye!